How's it going, everybody? This is Rob Novakast back with another video with or at least random review. And this one is actually going to be really interesting to talk about. This review is going to be on the 2018 film called Winchester. And this is basically a story based off of the real heiress, if I pronounce that correctly, Sarah Winchester, who created the Winchester house and was continuously building upon it till her death, to some extent believing that she was haunted by the souls of the people who were killed by the Winchester rifle. I gotta say, this has a really interesting cast. It was directed by Michael Spierig and Peter Spierig, and writers Ton Vayon, if I pronounce that correctly, Michael Spierig and Peter Spierig. And some of the cast was Helen Mirren, Sarah Snook, if I pronounce that correctly, Finn Sicklum, and Jason Clark. We have a few other people, but all in all, this is a really interesting film, to say the least. And that's in basic premise is of the Winchester house, of its history, and this kind of haunted house psychological horror type situation, where the movie in of itself plays with the idea of whether or not, or at least poorly, I'm sorry to say, of whether or not these things were actually ghosts, or if it was just in the mind of Miss Winchester. The plot of the movie is basically, you have this psychiatrist or doctor who is a drug addict who is sent to the Winchester house to evaluate Madam Winchester and determine, and by the way, he's hired by the company to determine if she is of sound mind to continue running the Winchester Corporation, or Winchester Inc., however it goes. And to first glance, yeah, she is of sound mind and body and so on. And she is perfectly fine for the most part, besides, continuously building off of her home, which makes people curious of what she's doing. Until we start getting to the ghosts, which I thought they start right off the bat when it comes to the ghosts, like them appearing, jump scares, yada yada yada. There was a lot of situations like that, and it was kind of interesting. The only gripe I have about this film, per se, is the fact that with this film, I know they were trying to play off as, oh, we got these spirits, or no, it was, we're trying to make it seem like she might be crazy, and that it's all in her head, kind of like The Haunting. At least that's what I'm thinking of, where it's questionable about whether or not what's going on is in the character's head, or whether or not that it's actually ghosts. But all in all, it's done poorly, because right off the bat we're shown that, oh, there's ghosts, and it makes no sense, so all in all, it's, oh my gosh, visually it was nice. The layout of the film, like especially for the main set, which was the Winchester house, was nice to look at, and I think it's due to how random it is. The characters themselves were interesting, to say the least. When we get to the real ghost stuff, was interesting to to say the least. I will say I enjoyed this movie a lot, especially when it gets close to the climax. And all in all, like, the question, though, by the end of it is it a good movie? Yes, and in terms of, them deciding whether or not they want it to be a psychological horror or a haunted house film, that's to be determined. All in all, it was kind of, in that aspect, it was kind of poorly done. So, yeah. If I have to give it, though, I would say watch it on Netflix. It's one of those movies that, you can watch it first glance, and you know what? It was all right. It was the right experience. Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to check out this video. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, as well as follow us on social media. Links are in the description. Check out gaming content from MJ, Aden, and Magi, as well as our daily content on the YouTube channel. Follow us on our podcast, which is 6 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. From everybody of Novakast, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.